That's it. I'm done. I can't take it anymore. Um, I guess I'll just. I'd rather have nostalgia. I'd rather just remember it the way it was. That. I'm done. Done. Welcome back to Long Box Diving, where we explore comics and story arcs pulled from the Long Box. Now, last episode we covered issues 3 and 4, and things go from bad to worse in this story, and not in the story, but as a story. And the art, it was terrible. And so, okay, 5 and 6. Does it get better? No, not really. It doesn't get worse, but it doesn't get better. So we open back up in the house, and we find the in the house that they broke into and took over. And the team has one diary, and now Sage is decrypting the diary, and she shows them through some virtual hologram thing, eyeglass thing, so I'll put on your heads, and they see this virtual thing, and it's Genosha, the destruction of Genosha, and which of course is already happened, so they can't really do anything about it. They're like, well, I wish we had done this before, we could have done something, and Sage's like, it takes forever to decrypt this stuff, don't blame me. The dialogue feels really stilted. It doesn't fit. It doesn't feel real. It's not like how people really talk. And Rogue specifically is acting really strange. Then we get the notification that Gambit is wanted for murder. For the murder of a crime lord in Australia. Now I really think Claremont really likes Australia. So the team heads to Australia, and Bishop resumes his role as a detective. So he back to being cop Bishop. Rogue and Storm fly Sage and Thunderbird in, and again the dialogue is just weird. The way they're talking to each other. Don't snap at me. I'm like, she didn't snap. She just was talking. We find out Rogue can access. Now get this. This is interesting. Rogue can access the residual memories of anyone she's absorbed, and then predict the actions which they would have taken. Okay. They're searching the crime scene, and while mocking Storm, and this just comes off as weird. We also find out that Rogue hates cops. Trust me, she just keeps getting more and more and more psycho. It's just weird. She's not even acting like herself. I don't know what the deal is. And then we see a really cool use of Storm's powers. Now, she is able to visualize the energy of around her over matter, so she can just see kind of the energy, the way energy flows. And we can see all the electrical currents in the house. And by using that, she's able to find a safe, which she's able to crack by just zapping it. And pretty much all that was in there was pictures of his children, a photo album. No, I guess crime bosses hide photo albums in safes. Okay, so Rogue then just lays into Bishop for treating Gambit as a suspect. He's a cop. He's supposed to, and we find out later that she hates cops, by the way. But Rogue then heads to Chinatown to find Gambit because, again, residual memories, she knows exactly where he's going to be. Since it's an all-male bar, and Rogue likes to break the rules, a fight breaks out, and we find out their powers have been neutralized. So it's all physical fighting at this point, and she's a great fighter. And honestly, these panels are really pretty. They're okay. There's lots of action. There's lots of shooting. Lots of bang bang words. But it could have been really good. I like it. I like the action. It was fun. It was interesting. Gambit and Rogue getting shot at, fighting the enemy bad guys, the crime bosses, and that was cool. And then Gambit gets knocked out by Inigo Montoya. You killed my grandfather. I now kill you. No, wait. Sorry, it was actually Red Lotus. Apparently, I get he is acting like Inigo Montoya. I was confused. All right, so there's a little bit of a fight scene going on between Red Lotus and Rogue, and then she just kisses him without his consent. Go Rogue. And they stare at each other, and she has the thought, oh, he kisses good. And, oh, he likes it. Yeah, I told you, it's weird. And then, all of a sudden, granted, they just kissed, so they're face to face, and then all of a sudden, his thighs are around her head. How did he even contort that way to get his legs up? And then this old dude walks in and says, I'm going to torture you until you beg for mercy for killing a crime boss. And that's the issue. So you see why I'm done. And then we open up the next issue with Bishop in cop mode again, but he's at a corner. And the guy on a slab. And the coroner is apparently, doing the autopsy, and he doesn't use the Y incision. He cuts something. Now listen, I'm not a coroner. I don't do autopsies. I'm not a forensic scientist in any way, but I've seen a lot of CSI, and there always seems to be the Y incision. I thought that was standard, but not in Australia. So Bishop is passing information to Sage through the glasses, which again, cool concept. I like that concept, where they can communicate through the glasses. They can pass information through the glasses. They can enter the virtual environment. I think that's pretty cool. And this is a concept I actually like to see explored, is a mutant cop team. A team of mutants that are a police force, not like X-Force way back with Valerie Cooper, and they hunted mutant. No, I mean a literal CSI mutant team that tracks mutant criminals, the old-fashioned cop way, but using mutant powers, and able to track down who they are, where they are, find them, and arrest them, and take them to court, prison, and then through court system and all that kind of stuff, fun stuff. I think that'd be a great concept, great book. I would actually buy the book a lot, especially if it's kind of a dark side of things. That'd be fantastic. Now, if you happen to know if that book's actually out there somewhere, please leave a comment below. Let me know, because I probably would be buying it. Now, Storm and Thunderbird, the teams break apart, and Storm and Thunderbird decide to go undercover with the crime boss's children to figure out why he was killed. I'm assuming to figure out why he was killed, to figure out why Gambit was framed, and probably because now they are the heirs apparent to the criminal empire, protect them, because they might be targets. So they end up going to Surfer's Paradise, where the daughter is a lifeguard and the son's a surfer. Now, Thunderbird's job is to protect the daughter, and the one thing we really see for this is Thunderbird has really no game. I don't know how he picked up Psylocke and got her as a girlfriend. I don't know how he pulled that off, because, like she said, does those lines really work? It's weird. Now, Storm, on the other hand, goes out to go surfing and has literally zero problem catching the eye of the surfer son. No problem at all. She has a lot more game than Thunderbird does. It's true. Then out of nowhere, a giant great white shark just pops up, and we get a big bubble shark with exclamation point. Why? Well, first of all, we don't need a bubble. Second of all, a shark. It could have been anything. This just makes it look cheesy to me. All right, so just let the art tell me if you're gonna put a big giant shark in trying to eat surfers. Just let me see it's a shark, and you don't have to tell me it's a shark too. Okay, so the Storm's out there. The surf kid gets hit in the head with the board, starts going there. She's going to rescue the boy. The lifeguard girl runs out because it's her brother, and she's a lifeguard, so she's out to go help. So Thunderbird decides he has to save Storm, and he must shoot the shark with a plasma bullet. Now, it might be just me, but I'm pretty sure his guns, he pointed his finger like a finger gun, right? So he had it something like this, and then it shoots. No, maybe no, it was like that, and then no, it was like this, and he shoots, and then suddenly it was like between one panel and the next, his finger gun hand swapped. Maybe it was just me. I went back and looked at it a couple times because I was like, wait, what? His hand swapped. So maybe I'm just nitpicking, and maybe I'm the only one that ever saw it, or maybe I missed it, or maybe I'm seeing it. I don't know. The sun had hit his head, and he wasn't breathing. He was underwater too long. Storm brings him onto the shore, and the paddles are too far away at the station for the lifeguard. So Storm has to administer electric shock into the heart like a defibrillator. And so she does this. She yells clear and shocks his heart. Now, she happens to do it while she's straddling him. I granted, I guess she's immune to electricity. I think I don't know. I know she controls electricity, but I didn't know if she was technically immune to electricity because she's straddling the dude. Shock. I mean, weird. All right, so now we flip the page. We see Sage is sitting in the apartment, and the apartment changes around her, and she goes, oh, something weird's going on. Literally, oh, that's the page. Flip the page. Okay, so now things get weirder. Rogue is being tortured by this dude. His name is the Examiner, and they are torturing him because he needs to get information about who killed a man named Father Gao, a leader of another criminal organization. I think it's a separate criminal organization. I'm not 100% sure. All right, so the Examiner is monologuing about how he's going to torture him and get his information that he needs. Now, that he tortures with, get this, pleasure instead of pain, I guess. That's a thing, and it's drawn in there that she's experiencing pleasure, and he pulls a needle and then it hurts. Okay, so he's monologuing about blah blah blah. I honestly had lost a lot of interest at this point. Gambit pulls a needle out of his back, and as Father Guy looks at him and goes, "Why are you smiling?" He's able to toss it over to Rogue. Rogue's able to catch it in her mouth. And then the guy comes up to her and she spits it at him with enough force to knock him across the room. Now, I thought their powers had been neutralized. I didn't know a normal person could spit a needle hard enough to throw a man across the room. And if she had her powers back, why didn't she just break the chains? I mean, it had no inhibitor collar or anything. I don't know. All right. So we're back to Sage. Sage actually gets captured by Sebastian Shaw. So now Rogue and Gambit are in a perilous situation, breaking out of it. Sebastian Shaw now has Sage because she used to be Tessa, as we learned before, which is part of the Hellfire Club, and now the Black King has got her again. And then we see Storm is having another fashion show. I actually, apparently she's on a date with the Surfer Boy, and Thunderbird is on a date with the girl. Undercover, keeping them safe. So Bishop is still trying to investigate. The only one actually really doing his job. And they've lost contact with Sage. They don't know where Gambit is, or Rogue is. They don't know she's with Gambit, by the way, because residual memories. So they realize something weird's going on, and all of a sudden, guys with guns on rappel cords come flying through the shattered roof of wherever they're at. So, issue 5 was just weird, and the writing was awkward. The dialogue was awkward, and Rogue was just acting like crazy. I hate cops. Cops are blah. I hate you. Leave me alone. You're stupid. And they're making fun of Storm through it. Now, the issue did have a cool use of Storm's powers. I like that. I like the cool use and the different uses of people's abilities in ways that we didn't think about. That are really kind of cool. Now, issue 6, Rogue is back to her normal self. Seemingly, she didn't have a lot of dialogue, but she's with Gambit, so maybe Gambit settles her down a little bit. I don't know, but it was just blah. It did have one good concept, the mutant cop team concept. I like that thing. Again, if anybody knows about a book or a series that's like that, let me know below. Just kind of send me a little note, and I'm done. So, oh well. I remember it more fondly, and I'd rather keep my memories of Chris Claremont in this run, because I'm probably, no more. I'm done. All right. Thank you again, and please like and subscribe, and we'll see you here again in the long box.